Okay, Buzzard Bluff preparation starts early. It doesn't start in November, and this year it's starting in February. And here we are. All right, guys, I don't know what I've done. I'm scared to death. Everything came in the mail today. This is the stove, and you see it's got the little door in the front, and it's got the little grate inside. The little plaque tells me where it came from and who to call if I have problems. Over here on the side, it has a water tank. It's a stainless steel tank that fits on the side. So when this is heating up with fire, then it'll heat up our water for us. That's kind of cool. This piece right here, I couldn't install all of the stovepipe because the ceiling's not tall enough. But this is the top piece of the stovepipe that has a spark arrestor. So when the sparks come out, the big pieces are supposed to hit this so that they don't burn the tent. They don't come out and burn the tent. Man alive, I had no idea. It didn't look this big in the picture, and it certainly didn't look this heavy in the picture. And that's just one thing. The second thing is over here. So this is the second part, and it is so heavy that Maddie and I had a hard time carrying it in. So I am plenty nervous how we're going to get this set up on a regular basis. The deer camp, we've got many guys to help out, but for Alicia and I to use it, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do it. But inside of here is the big tent, along with all the ropes and everything that goes along with it. And I still have to do one more thing, which is to buy poles. They don't ship the poles because they say you can get them at Home Depot. So I'm going to go buy the poles and get them cut down to size. And the next part of this video will be me setting up the tent. This is the floor of the tent, and the tent is 16 by 14. So from this side to this side is it's 14 feet. So it'll be a cot there and a cot here. And from here to here is going to be 16 feet. But we have a 3/4 floor. So the 3/4 floor was cut shorter so that to allow space to put the oven right here, the stove right here, and also to allow you 4 feet to come into the tent, shake off, get your dirty boots off before you get onto the floor. So there'll be a tent here, and there'll be a cot here, and a cot there, and a cot here, and a cot here. There'll be the stove right there, and about this much space in the middle. You do things like change clothes and stuff like that. Again, very nervous. This thing seems to get bigger and bigger. We'll see what it looks like when it's all put together. So what we're doing right now is we are seasoning the stove, or cooking on it first, or heating it up first. What they said at the plant was you need to burn it before you put it in the tent. You burn you make it burn an initial burn, and it gets rid of the smell of the paint that's getting burned off inside. I'm not smelling it now, but that doesn't mean it's not happening, because we're outdoors. And we're also learning how to mess around with a couple of things. One is these little dampener holes. We got to make sure we have to learn how to adjust those. And the dampener is inside. It's a disc inside that rotates like that, and that's wide open. And we think that's about 75% shut, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. And then ideally, when we have our maximum or our best burn rate, then the smoke we're not going to see any smoke. It's going to be clear, and that means that we've knocked the fire down to the point where it's just smoldering, and that's going to keep you warm all night. So anyway, we're going to mess around with that and see if we can learn how to do it. So the video here is to see what the difference is in the heat between the main, where the big fire is, and where there's no fire. And that water's not boiling at all. And so what they said at the manufacturer was that you could cook on top of this one, and we've already put a skillet on top, and it got hot enough to boil grease and water. And that side over there looks like, they say you could put your boots on it to dry them off. So I was wondering if it got too hot to put boots on, and that water's not boiling, so it looks like it's hot. It's just perfect for that.
Okay, so the water jacket has been on for, I don't know, maybe about an hour, less than that. Less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So we want to see how hot the water is, and we'll do a first little check. And you can see it's steaming coming out, and it's hotter than I would take a shower in for sure. And so now we're going to measure what the temperature is, but I got to get my gloves on first. So inside, the thing opens up and you pour your water inside, and you can see a little bit how it's boiling in there. And I'm just going to put the thermometer in the water, and we'll get a feel for what that temperature is going to be. So it looks like it topped out at about 167. If I put it closer to the edge, it gets a little bit hotter. Okay, so I finished cutting the poles, and I got all of the pieces put together. And so when it's all said and done, now I'm just testing out the frame. Okay, so we just finished putting up the tent for the first time, and I had a buddy of mine help me out, and it's kind of cool. We're gonna go look at it right now. So we look on that side, and everything's all tied down with the rope, and look over on this side. We've got a good tie down with those ropes, and those make the roof really tight. They make the roof really tight, so when you walk in, so it just feels like a more substantial structure. And we're going to come in, and we've got a beautiful tent. I'm at the far corner, and these corners are about 4.5 feet tall. So from here to the ground is 4.5 feet tall, and everything else in the center, I think it's about 7 feet tall. So I come into the center, and I can't even touch it. It's way up there. And where I'm standing, where there would normally be a tent, a cot right here. So where I would be standing, I'm not touching the ceiling here either. So there's a good maybe foot distance in between my head. Now somebody taller might be closer to touching the ceiling, but not me. If you look here, it is really tall. I'm still over a foot away. My hand is still over a foot away from the roof. Now this tent is designed to where if you were to pack it in by horse, then you could just cut down some logs, some really long poles from pine trees, and run that across all the way from there, all the way over to there, and so you wouldn't need this frame. And then and so you could run that between two poles, and you'd have your tent. So we could do that someday if we wanted to, but I bought the internal frame to make it nice and sturdy. And there we go. There's our 3/4 floor. Our 3/4 floor covers 3/4 of the floor. And over here we're gonna have a stove, and the rest of that is just kind of like a mud room for you to knock your boots off. When you come in, you can just knock your boots off or take your boots off, so that when you walk into the living area, then you wouldn't have muddy boots on. So it's a 4-bedroom house with a kitchen and a living room. So here's the living room, right there. There's the kitchen, and there's the stove jack, and that's where the stovepipe goes out of. So that's the kitchen, and then this is bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2, bedroom number 3, and bedroom number 4. So it's kind of cool. Got a little foyer, a little foyer, and then we'll come out again. On the outside, we have a Colorado door, what's called a Colorado door, and that is what you use if it gets really windy. I'm undoing this thing. If it gets really windy, you would take this and you would close off your zipper. That attaches just like that, and you close off your zipper so that the wind doesn't get into your tent. We've got this designed for the summer and the winter. So in the summertime, this will pull back, and we have a nice screen door, and we have a screen window over there, and we have a screen window over here, and then we have another screen window on the other side, which allows us to catch wind from any angle, any direction. And so it'll be a nice summer tent as well as a nice winter tent. There's the angle, and then we can take the stovepipe. The stove jack has a cover on it that we can tie down. We can take off and tie down, so that if we're not using the stove jack, we can cover up that hole. So that's it. There's our new tent, guys.